Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
What value do you bring to the table? Hey, this is Dan, the No Comfort Zone guy. Really quick, so just so that I'm not sending out a false message or I'm not misunderstood, which that's really up to you. I can't control that. But what I want to talk about is this. So what do I bring to the table? You're at point A right now. Let's say, for example, you've gone through a divorce. You're going through a divorce. You're in financial ruin. You're about ready to get to bankruptcy. You're going through addiction. You're going through money issues, whatever that might be. You're going through getting fired from your job. I'm the guy that will help you go from point A, where you're currently at, to where it is you want to go. And in case you don't know where you want to go, there's this thing I have. It's the No Comfort Zone Blueprint. It's something that I've created to help me get through adversity from where I was to where I wanted to be. And I did it over 60 days. That's what I do. You're at point A, I get you to point B. That's it. I'm the No Comfort Zone guy. Most of the time, you're too comfortable to realize how bad your life is, or you're oblivious to realize that you need to make change immediately because some really bad stuff is coming your way, or what I fail to mention in most of my podcasts, you're on the verge of greatness. You're right there. You just need to nudge forward. And that's where you get a little uncomfortable. I was doing sales training today, and I'm talking to people about, hey, I want to know where you're at, and I use the cash analysis system that I talk about on the blueprint. And I talk about where are you currently at in regards to the process at this point. So what's your opinion on, whatever your problem is? Where do you fall on the scale? If 10 is perfect and 1 is terrible, no proficiency whatsoever, complete oblivious to it, but you're just terrible at it, and 10 is you're great, where do you fall in? And I ask people where they rate themselves. I'm amazed at how highly people rate themselves when it comes to something. Like, for example, a person might in regards to relationships, where do you evaluate yourself? 10 being you're intimate, you're excited, you're passionate about your relationship, and 1 is you're terrible at it and whatever. I have people that actually tell me that they're a 7 or an 8 when it comes to relationships, and they hate the person they're with. It don't work that way. The reason why I'm talking about value and what value I bring to the table is because I don't want to send a mixed message. I cannot solve your problems. If you've got problems, the first thing that you need to do is become aware that you've got a problem. You have to become aware of that there's a situation going on that's not ideal. Then you have to identify how it is you got there and what you want to change. Where are you at? Where you want to go. Identify. What's your strengths? What's your weaknesses? What's the pros? What's the con? And then you got to make some decisions on where it is you're going to go in life, and then take massive action. And when you start to take massive action, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. And when you make a ton of mistakes, it's time for you to pick yourself back up and keep going, because the success is going to happen. So you really got to put yourself out there and risk a little bit. I've recently been getting really heavily into the mindset of drawing in success. Drawing in success. A lot of people have connected me with Dr. Joel, I think it's Dispenza, and he talks about the mind and how it attracts things and how you need to control your mind and attract basically wealth. Attract it as, your ideal future and stuff. And that's great. And I do believe in it. And I'm listening to a lot of his information. And I think it's phenomenal and wonderful. What I do is I take you out of the mind and get you to get uncomfortable physically so that can it affect your mind more intensely. And what I mean by that is, I can sit and I can think about an ideal emotion about where I want to be and this havingness and feeling successful. And I can meditate on that. And I can really get to that place where I start to really feel it and encourage it. But I believe in hot wiring. See, I do want to be big and strong, but I actually enjoy the process of lifting weights. Initially, I don't want to pick up any weights. I have to get really excited, but getting to that moment when I'm actually lifting the weights, I enjoy that. And I like the benefit of lifting weights, how I feel, the tightness, the pump, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a really physically big guy, but I really enjoy exercising and I like the outcome of exercise. It's the same thing with your mind. Let's say that you want to have and live in a real place where, let's say, for example, what I do is this. I used to imagine myself speaking in front of a large audience and having fun with the audience. And I used to feel those emotions of what it would be like to really connect with an audience and really get to motivate and inspire the audience around me to take action. And I would feel what it would be like, and I had my eyes closed, and it would be overwhelming with like, just, wow, this is really cool. I'm in the moment. And pretty neat, huh? Then I began to have that reality later on. And the person that I was a shy person, but I had to get myself to a person where I wanted to speak in front of an audience and send my message out and talk about it and get really passionate. And then it started to happen. Well, with the No Comfort Zone, going through the blueprint, whatever you do in your personal life, you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to change who you are if you want to change where you're currently at. And what I do is I take you through this process of getting uncomfortable in certain areas. You know, whether it's looking at your finances, whether it's looking at your relationship, whether it's looking at your physical body, or whether it's controlling your emotional state and getting a better emotional state by getting physical. I don't want to take this for granted, but motion creates emotion. So what the No Comfort Zone is, a body in motion stays in motion. I'm trying to get you to change your reality by taking action and physically moving and doing something, thinking about something to a place where you want to go. And in the end, you'll get there. It might not be the way you want or how you want it, but what I'm trying to do is, instead of, attracting the things to come in there to your life quickly, attracting things into your life, what I'm trying to do is put some effort, physical effort behind it so you can draw it in quicker, because your emotions are going to connect to the reality of what you're doing. So a lot of people have said that I've come up with a physical version of what he's trying to do in the mind, and I honestly think his way is better. But this kind of shortcuts that process for you to draw on what you want. So if go back to what I said before about adding value, if you're in a bad place today, point A, and you want to get to point B, I can help you do that. I've done it for myself. I've done it for other people. I've done it for organizations, and I don't want you to feel bad anymore. And if you know somebody who's in a bad spot, shoot them my podcast. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll bring your friend back. The one that's all upset and depressed and down and out. And maybe it'll get the person who's addicted to go take the steps to get it is where they should go to help them. Maybe you've got somebody who's disconnected from their kids and you know who that person is. Maybe this podcast might just help them. Hey, listen, I'm just trying to help the next guy like I was 13, 14, 15 years ago when I was down and out and I was completely depressed and apathetic. Maybe I can help the person who's in that position in their life, who's so close to that promotion. I can get you from point A to point B, where it is you want to go. I'm the No Comfort Zone guy. This is Dan. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast, but more importantly, my intention is for you to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at No Comfort Zone 1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.